Yeah, she tell him. I believe she tell him. But Ingram don't take no for an answer. Ingram don't take no for an answer. That's the issue. Yeah. Yeah. Ingram don't. He ain't taking no for an answer. Wow. That's heavy. Mira, let me start the show. I can talk to you a little later on.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Okay, baby. See you later.
Okay. All right.
Mic check 1 2. 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 Who the hell is going on for me?
I have a dream where the powerful and the powerless will sit at the same table, where the haves will see the have-nots, not as burdens, but as brothers, where class will not divide us, but conviction will unite us. I have a dream that the oligarchs will remember we must all eat, that the brown-faced neo-colonialists will remember who they are and whose they are. I have a dream that fraternities will build beyond internal architecture into a national bond, that the walls of design will give way to the bridges of brotherhood, not a fraternity of symbol, but a brotherhood of substance. I have a dream that we remain focused, that we stay in our conviction and remain fearless, that we double down, fortified, to return this Bahama land to the foundation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope all is well with you. This is The Foundation with Howard Grant jamming with you on this beautiful day. Always grateful to be in your company, grateful to be here as we continue to be able to jam with you and talk to you about where we are and where we're going from a national standpoint. I am so happy to have you here with us, guys. Make sure you like and share as we continue to be able to dive into this thing. I just want to touch something today, just a little taste of this thing. I won't get too deep into people business and talk about these things, but there has to be a level of credibility in what we're doing. I'm watching some things, and I'm watching the questionable character. Let's do that. There is sort of a questionable posture that I guess any of us could actually question it, but there is a questionable posture that exists at this particular moment as I'm watching persons being able to engage anyone to have this conversation, right? Draped in this conversation will be laden in the mindset that we've had that's been projected by these particular persons. I just want to be decent as I say this, of profanity and sort of a salacious posture. Why would you affiliate? Why would you want to affiliate like that? Why? Why would you want to affiliate like that? This is just a question. Why would you want to affiliate with this salacious posture and laden in profanity as you try to deliver a discourse and a vision for the prospect of the future in this country? It is bananas. What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Are you serious? You have an opportunity to be able to present yourself as a possible, to find leadership in this country, to find yourself in the position where you could possibly be able to acquire a seat and win. And you around here doing foolishness with these people. I don't understand what y'all doing. I don't understand what y'all doing. Now, I can't get in your business because it ain't my business to get into. I can tell you the truth. I can't get in your business because it ain't my business to get into. But I don't understand what you're doing. I just want to be honest with you as I'm looking on social media. I'm looking at all these particular things. I'm identifying what's happening. And I realize that it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. Hopefully you'll hear no double talk from me. Let me see. Let me check this out. But I'm just hoping that you guys have a very clear understanding of what's happening out here. I'm looking and I am reprobates. The affiliation with reprobates, politically and otherwise. Why would you do that? I'm not talking about what people project on them. I'm talking about what slide out of their own mouth. This is your mouth. Nobody hold your mouth down and put AI on your tongue. This is how you just talk. This is who you are. And there is a direct affiliation. I'm not talking about what people project. Hold on now, let's check this out. I'm talking about what slide out of their own mouth. Hold on now. Let me check this out. Just make sure that we're in a good position and everybody could be able to hear it. Okay? Hold up. Forgive me. All right, let me check it out, guys. I'm just checking the audio, so hopefully you don't hear it double back. Hold on now. Let me check this out. Just make sure that we hear. Okay, I cleared it up. And everybody can be able to hear it. Okay, we cleared it up. We cleared it up. All right. But I just don't know, man. I just trying to be decent with you. I ain't trying to get nobody business. I ain't trying to understand. Why would you want to be able to have this affiliation with people who are reprobates, political and otherwise? These people are the bottom of the political barrel. And that's, you know what happened? I had a conversation with Garth this morning. Shouts out to Garth. I had a conversation with Garth this morning. He called me. We just was talking, right, about some other stuff. And, I was talking to him about the show last evening and really being able to talk to him about where we are. And so I was just having a good conversation with him. And, some things, we brought up some stuff. And in the midst of being able to bring up some stuff, I realized something. And I said to him, I said, you know what happened, Garth? We could see the structure of a campaign and what our expectations are based upon what political camps can afford. I can say this to you. Some people cannot afford, oh God, I just want to be decent. They cannot afford to dive into this aspect right now. They cannot afford it. Some people cannot afford, some political organizations and elements have received information that there's one man who has been putting a great deal of finances behind some things within the confines of the Free National Movement. We don't have to call people name. I'm only telling you what I understand. You're going to exhaust this man. There are people who we know that sat in the position of donors for a very long time in the Free National Movement that I understand ain't paying nothing, ain't giving no money, ain't doing nothing. This is what I understand. I can't tell you yay or nay, but I can tell you based upon the people that you're engaging to be able to get your vision, your message, your position out, that is supposed to be able to project your manifesto, to talk about these particular. I'm not talking about the established men and women who do this. I'm not talking about that. I'm definitely not talking about Jerome. I'm definitely not talking about Shanique. I'm talking about people who don't do this, who have a microphone and access to equipment, who believe that they can do this in the Free National Movement, engaging these people. What the flip are you doing? What are you doing? You mashing up your own credibility in the organization. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, this ain't got nothing to do with me. I straight. Praise God. I straight. I pay for my formality. I commit myself to these. I put in years of work. I've committed myself to these. You know exactly what I'm good for and what my worth and value is. You may not want to come to me because you may not like me, but that's your business. I just do this. And there are men and women in this particular capacity that do this and they do it well. They could be able to give good representation of who you are. They could be able to wean and pull the right questions out of you so the audience, the collective could know there is not a niche that we speak to. In fact, some of us would gravitate to a more social conversation. Some of us that sit in the media realm would have a conversation about politics. You know the people who they are. You know who's going to engage you in a real conversation, whether that is economic, whether that is financial, whether that is political, whether that is spiritual. There are people that you look to be able to craft these conversations and bring it to the forefront. There are some people who sit in the posture of a salacious, satirical, maniacal maniac. I just want to be decent as I say this. And you engage them? You give these people money? You give these people money? Mother sick. That's just bananas to me. That's just bananas to me. I ain't here to row. I ain't here to get in nobody's business. I ain't here to do none of that. Didn't got nothing to do with me. I just don't understand how you all allow the Free National Movement to stoop to such lows. Low. You know how much years it take for us to do this? You know how much years it take for when I sat with Warren McCartney for people telling me, for the Free National Movement, how would you sound like a Lotionin? How would you sound like a Legging Man? How would you sound like this? How would you sound like that? Yeah. And I kept pushing every day, and people had their own opinion, and they started to talk about these things, right? At one point, they called me Mr. Snuffleupagus, right? Which is the elephant from Sesame Street, right? I take these things. I knew I had something to offer, and I went through it. I went through the training, because I was training. I went through the endurance, and I kept my public position and the way that I approached these things in order. I kept everything in order, and I did it accordingly. And then I ascended to a particular position. I didn't have to row with everybody, but I can't be on here and cursing out everybody. Let me tell you one, beep, 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 beep. Let me tell you one, and then we can engage you to have a real conversation. It's a joke. You should be a part of the Bad Girls Club, or the Bad Boys Club, or whoever these people are. What are y'all doing, man? Y'all let me down. You let me down. And there's one thing to be able to identify certain elements and aspects that you can be able to engage and know that you have all bases covered. That's one thing, right? So you have the formality, you have the working class, you have the underbelly, and sort of the underworld society. You have all these particular elements that makes up a society covered. Okay, so you could do that. But you can't put all your bucks behind these things. And then you send the potential next deputy prime minister of the country and the minister, former minister of national security, and the minister, the potential next minister of national security, behind the allegations of someone who is fleeing the law. What are y'all doing, man? What the flip are y'all doing, man? Just questions. It's just questions. That's just questions that I have. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's just questions. It's just questions. Garth and I had a very good conversation this morning, and just being able to look at the landscape and who can do what and what our expectations are. Things are shifting. They are. And things are happening. Let's talk about some stuff, guys. I want you to give me a call today. You can do that, 827-0111, 827-0111. I am here, and we're jamming with you. I don't know who this person is, was texting me. (827-0111) audio good now. Okay, no problem. 827-0111, 827-0111. We are here live in good effect, being able to jam with you and having good conversation. Yeah, what's going on with the woman on the platform is a wrong move, right? And they telling me who the thing is as I did not expect anything better from these particular people. And this is, yeah. So this a text is coming through. That's all. I just want to be able to say that. And as I identify that, I want to be able to encourage you. I don't like what Dwayne Sand said. Can I say that? Is it okay to have this kind of a conversation? I don't like what Dwayne Sand says. I often don't like what he says from a public standpoint in any event. I don't fight him. I kind of fought through this sort of an idea initially when he presented himself accordingly from a national standpoint. I don't fight him. You understand? I really wish him well. I like him, as an individual. I really do. I really like him he may not think it, he may not think it, but I don't have the time. I don't have the time. This is what I said to Garth today. Since the introduction of, and we can talk like this today. Now, I'm not going to be gruesome with you and say anything contrary, but I would like to say to you that the chain of events the sequence and the series of events that has happened from 1992 around the world, from the early 90s around the world, has really influenced the level of our politics in this world. I just want to be very clear with you, and I want to have this kind of a conversation. Let's talk. Let's talk. 827-0111. You can call. You can call 827-0111. I got to put the text up. 827-0111. So you can be able to do it. You can call if you want to be able to do that, right? But I want to be clear with you. In the early 90s, right? I want to say that it was 92, 93. In the early 90s, we would have seen President Bill Clinton of the United States of America take on this kind of a posture where he was seeking fellatio behind a curtain. I think it was in the Oval Office with Monica Lewinsky. Do you remember this? Monica Lewinsky, being the type of person that she is, in the pursuit of future goals through the craft that she's learned, which is obviously whoredom, right? In the pursuit of her goals, she allowed, after this fellatio, let's just be decent and we know what this is. After this pleasure to fellatio that the President of the United States of America needed because of, I guess, the significant workload that he had to deal with and endure, that was America during this particular time, a time that America was really growing and making some things happen, right? When they found themselves in sort of a liberal space, when Bill Clinton would have gone on Arsenio Hall and played the saxophone with the glasses on. You remember that? The Ray-Bans on. He played the saxophone. And they've indicated that this is to be the first black president in the United States of America because how he was supposed to be so cool and down and so forth and so on. And so they found themselves in this position. And after he would have gotten this pleasure, this fellatio, Monica, crafty and skilled in her craft, the way that she is, would have allowed his relief to stain her clothes. She had no desire to wash that. She preserved that for the inevitability of time, knowing that she could have gotten something for this. I don't know if these crafty. Long story short, it led to the introduction of a low-life posture, mindset. The bar, for the purposes of marketing and relatability, I just want to talk like this. Let's talk like this. For the purposes of marketing and relatability, that kind of a posture, right? That position of what happened with Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton lowered the bar so low from a national standpoint within America, and it led to a low bar being translated throughout politics from a global standpoint. America being the position that they held, America retaining this sort of a position from a global standpoint as one of the heads, right? The leader, marketing, political, otherwise, of democracy from the world over, right? So they were a world power. If not number one in the world, there was top three. But nonetheless, their influence was number one in the world. America, this is how we looked at them. In the midst of being able to do that and identify those particular things, we saw the evolution or the devolving of the political mind and genius when we see Condoleezza Rice and we see Colin Powell, and we knew that these men and women represented the top tier of what was to offer for African Americans, African black people around the world. And that this devolving happened, not necessarily with the second man in charge, not necessarily with the men and women that surrounded leadership, but this devolving, this relentless, perpetual devolution, this devolving, this unraveling that happened saw George Bush as president. George Bush, he lacked articulation. He had Southern charm. He definitely had Southern charm. But he didn't have insight, and his connections were through questionable sources, nonetheless, right? And his father for oil and so forth and so on, right? And so all of this we're watching all of this. After that, we thought we kind of bounced back with Obama, with his articulation, his posture, his this, his that, and all these particular things, and how things could happen and so forth and so on. You saw John Kerry trying to be able to find himself in there. You saw Bernie continue to be able to articulate with strength and so forth and so on. Now we watched the world politics. Right? And we would have seen Al Gore at one point being able to find himself in the position that he was kind of kicked out. Al Gore kind of brought that conversation where it would have been, you remember he was talking about the greenhouse effect? You remember this? Al Gore, the greenhouse effect. The ozone layer is leaking out and this and that, and the greenhouse effect. This, you remember this. If you remember, go look it up. Al Gore, right? And eventually that conversation became climate change. Okay? Let's just be very clear. All these things happen, and hold on, let me see your text. 827-0111, 827-0111. Howard, that was still a very close election, and the Supreme Court got involved and stopped the court in Florida. I remember that. I remember. Say Bush only beat Gore by 4 electoral votes, and I don't think people care that much about what Clinton did. This is what I'm trying to tell you now. I'm getting somewhere with this. And where I get with this is for you to understand that the devolving of what our expectations is in a politician. Politicians supposed to be polished. They're supposed to be articulate. They're supposed to be insightful. They're supposed to be careful. They're supposed to be strategic. They're supposed to be capable. You had to go through the ringer before your fraternities, your affiliations, your this, your that. You still had to go through a social ringer of expectation to say what your capability and caliber was. Talk to me. I can't even get nowhere. I getting somewhere. Okay? This devolution, this relentless evolving, this unraveling of our social expectation has placed us in a position to look for dummies. Low-life dummies. "25 years ago, we would never, ever imagine a man like Donald Trump sitting at the top seat and position of power globally. Never, ever, 30 years ago. Is he crazy? Sir, go sell your damn real estate and leave us alone. Go look for your prostitutes. Go do this, go do that. Go grab them in the crotch or whatever. Go do that someplace else. This here is meant for power. This is meant for authority. This is meant for men that are serious, that are studied, that are focused, that are committed. This here is more. This here is more than a concept and an idea of merely just being able to present yourself as a rich man. We thought we revived globally because we watch in America. We thought we would have revived the concept and idea of what our expectation when Obama was able to cast a vision. We thought simultaneously America slipped into diversification. They're moving with strength and equality. They actually revived and restored themselves and realigned themselves with what is expected from a global standpoint, diversified their position, and found leadership with vision to articulate, oh my God, Obama, yes we can. And then Obama opened the door for a mad amount of liberty. Let's call it liberty. Because depending on what side of the fence you're on, you may call it debauchery. But like I said to you, in the age that we live in right now, Americans have sought to change the language of the obvious. What was debauchery and unforeseen and frowned upon is now liberty and access and opportunity. As you could do as thou wilt. This is an Aleister Crowley posture. It's Robert, baby. It's witchcraft and maniacal. What the hell is going on here? Obama opened those gates. And with the opening of the gate, the resurgence of even a semblance and idea of a conservative posture has entered in the person of Donald Trump. Donald Trump will tell you that he's not a Christian. He's never really read the Bible. You know, he has these particular principles and the whole Bible belt telling you that Jesus Christ has sent him here. Oh, hallelujah, God. Jesus has sent him to us. This man tell you that he had nothing to do with Jesus and he's too old to be praying now to God. He's done well all this time. Hello. Now, fast forward to our politics. Fast forward to locally, because we could do this all around the region. We could do this all around the Caribbean. We can do this all over the Western world, not necessarily the East, because the East still has these standards and requirements to be able to do those things. Now, the East is trying to be able to ensure that they can equate the industrial advertisement or the industrial progression of what's happening in the West. They're trying to be able to duplicate that mass industry and so forth and so on. They're duplicating that in the East. But the West has had this kind of a liberty and democracy and this access and opportunity for us to be loose as a goose all over the place. So we've already identified from 1990 to now this sort of debauchery that existed in these particular spaces. 36 years, 36, almost a generation, 4 more years. It'd be an entire generation. An entire generation, okay? 40 years. 40 years of trial, tribulation, debauchery, being able to identify this kind of a maniacal, malevolent dissidence from our faith. This is what has happened. Over the course of 36 years, from 1990, let's go to from 1990, 1990, I think about 80-something to 90, we would have been able to see the introduction of the computer and Apple computer and all these things. And so industry took off significantly, big time. Big time. How are we talking? Are we talking? Come on, local politics. Hubert Ingram, visionary. Hubert Ingram used to tell people in their face, I like how you're talking, but you're good right there in the back of the party. I want you to stay right there. You're doing good right there, baby. Thank you very much. Oh, Hubert, I think I could run for my community. I could be good in my constituency. Thank you very much. But I think you stay right there. Hubert never used to play with you. Hubert, so you think I be talking but you bad, and you think I have a problem with you. And I commend and I honor you for a great deal of things that you would have done, but then there's some things that you have to answer for. And you fight me when it's time to answer, but you're smiling when it's time for me to be able to shower you with accolades. And it's confusing. It's confusing because you believe that as a narcissistic posture in your narcissistic position that only people are supposed to tell you good things. Well, Jesus Christ, you're a human being just like me, not in a bad way. You're a human being just like me. I ain't all good. I definitely ain't all bad either. But my wife could get to say the good and the bad. I might have to bite my chin and my jaw and my teeth when she's saying the bad. Yeah, but I could feel butterflies in my stomach and have a great appreciation for the balance of when she's saying the good because it makes me human. Now, I could tell you good things about Hubert Ingram. Hubert Ingram can tell you in your face, no, Bill. No. Now, he may not tell you, carry you behind and cuss you. But he would tell you because he was a good gatekeeper. Was. In his heyday, he was a good gatekeeper. He knew how to pull some people, how to deal with some people, how to identify some people, how to take care of some people. He was a good gatekeeper. Good gatekeeper in his day. And then things changed. Things shifted. Things shifted. First, he tried to bestow the organization of the Free National Movement to Tommy Turnquest, only to be able to stab him in the back as he doubled back for what he perceived to be his things, and still took the Free National Movement to victory. And so they didn't see this act. They thought it was a necessary act, similar to when you have to be able to get an amputation. Yeah. Is a necessary cut for the survival of something greater. And so the Free National Movement never looked at this act that Hubert Ingraham did by being able to double back and double cross Tommy Turnquest. And I don't think Tommy's ever said anything about it. He just kind of smiled and played it off and never left it alone. He left it alone because he recognized that, I guess this is politics. Let me leave this alone. And he left it alone. Let's be clear about this. This is what's happening. After Hubert Ingraham would have done that, the people of the Bahamas had already been entrenched in this sort of an expectation from an external standpoint, from a global standpoint, and they needed instant gratification. They needed it now. We had become the microwave generation. We were voters. Those of us who was born in the 80s. We were voters. And we expected things to change and things to shift, and there needed to be sort of this kind of a grandiose concept and idea for growth and development in the country. And that didn't only include infrastructural development. It included technological advancements and alignment with strategic concepts and ideas, and even the concept of being able to eradicate in one state or another. There were some areas that wanted you to not only eradicate the Constitution and make modifications or strengthen that, but eradicate the actual pillars that we stood on, and including the pillar of our faith. This is what they were going through. Hubert Ingraham, gone, boom. 2007, gone, boom. Perry Christie in 2002 was only as a result of not being able to see another totalitarian born and birthed in our country, because there wasn't something so horrible between 97 and 2002 that you had to get rid of the FNM. But there was a global, a national sentiment that, okay, that was it for the FNM. And the PLP was to be able to give an opportunity with great marketing, a revived, restored, refreshed position to present to the Bahamian people. Coupled with great marketing, they won in 2002. They presented what we saw in the United States of America with this concept and idea of marketing, of diversity. That's what it is. Okay? Howard, I can read this just like this. Grant, you can't blame Trump. You think they're going to run for Kamala? She would only have Sissy running. She would only have Sissy running the world. No, you are for that. No, sorry, no. Is it no or now? Anyway, I'm not going to fight it. Say, I'm not for that. I'm not for none of them. No, I'm simply saying I'm good, my brother. I'm on my show now. Let me call you right after. I'm simply saying we got to be able to have this kind of a clear conversation. Let's talk now. Let's talk. After all of these things, we would have saw the introduction of the backstabbing posture. It should not have existed before. It does exist. It's backstabbing. It is the nature of a politician and the perpetuation of a concept and idea of what this game is. All right, this game. It turned to 2012. The PLP got it again. 2017, Hubert Ingram could not shake Hubert Minnis. Yet again, he bestowed the authority in Hubert Minnis, Dr. Hubert Minnis, to be able to be the successor and retainer, temporarily, I believe, of power and the proverbial oracle for the FNM. Hubert Minnis, after acquiring, I'm getting somewhere with this, I'm trying to show you all. Watch me. Let's get somewhere. After this acquisition of a position and authority in the Free National Movement, Hubert Minnis still could not find the soldiers he needed to take him to victory. He couldn't. The same people Hubert Ingram smiled in their face in 1992 and tell them, stay right there and fix the shirts. Stay right there and answer the phone. Stay right there, fold the shirts and give it to the people. Stay right there and walk the campaign trail. Stay right there and do this. I can get you straight. I can do this. I can do that. None of these people didn't get nothing to talk about. Nothing to talk about. They were never given no real opportunities. Maybe some of them survived, but they would never. I have not met a man, and maybe because they're in different tax brackets and position, but I've never met a man whose life was changed significantly from the Free National Movement. I know they exist. Hubert Ingram let me know that they exist because he could call them and they will show up right away. Instantaneously, almost like they beepity boppity boo there. Poof! Oh, Jesus, where'd you come from? Some of them with the oxygen tank. We didn't see them so long. We thought it was dead. We thought it was dead. No, but Hubert Ingram called and they showed up right away. Bang. So I know that there are people that existed and do well as a result of their proximity to Hubert Alexander Ingram and would have done well, but we haven't seen them. We don't see them much. We don't know about them. Okay? When Hubert Minnis acquired this position in the Free National Movement, he couldn't find those loyal soldiers because their loyalty still existed with the man that would live in. Hubert Ingram still living. How the hell you could take over the party like this? Hubert Ingram still living. And so, Minnis did what he had to do. He found the rejects, what Hubert Ingram rejected from 1992. And 1997, the same people who say, boss, I can run now, I got, I got to do some night classes and things like that, I'm ready to go. Yeah, boss, I can run now, Ha, but you still get, I really, you stay right there, you keep on doing it, you're doing well, and probably give them a little something. But no cigar, not for them. Hubert Ingram found them. Hubert Minnis found them. He must knock on the broom closet door and open the door. Anybody in here with the door crack? And he poke his head and there are people folding shirts, sweeping, fixing. Because these were the proverbial stones of the organization. They fell to the bottom. They fell to the bottom of the organization. Not that they didn't have worth or value. It's just that they were not given opportunities under the former administration, the former leadership of the organization. And because of this restructuring, now these people who understood their position, now, listen. Some of these people are supposed to be in the broom closet, eh? Jesus. Hey! You don't want me to talk like this. You don't want me to talk like this. You want me to lie to you and tell you a lie. You want me to sit here and tell you a lie. Some of these people, they never supposed to be in frontline politics. Some of these people, they never supposed to be in frontline politics. I don't care if you ain't never graduate from school, if you ain't do this. That ain't got nothing to do with me about your past. I'm only concerned about your progressive future after you have already had an epiphany and understanding that you want to be a part of the political landscape in this country, and you've already enlightened yourself to that. Your eyes have been opened, the scales have dropped, and you realize that I want to be able to lead through the Free National Movement, through the PLP, my country in this area. I'd like to serve. After this, you should have had a very clear understanding that you need to commit yourself to growth and development. These people, they never do that. You stay right there and fold the damn shirts in the broom closet. That's what you're supposed to do. That's where the hell I meet you. That's where I can leave you. You ain't into nothing. You ain't got time to be running behind you. You ain't into nothing. Okay. Hubert Minnis grabbed these people up and gave them significant positions in the organization. Asinine thing to do. Jackassy. Not in a bad way. And I hope I ain't cussing too much for y'all. Forgive me. These people, they wasn't even rejects. They hadn't even been rejected. They haven't even been denied. They're denied their aspirations. They're denied the concept and idea of what their beliefs are, and no one else believed them. They've never committed to anything. They've never done anything beyond other than articulate out of their shallow minds their capability and possibility of being able to do something. So you put them in a position. Hubert Minnis put them in position in the Free National Movement right now. Jackasses in strategic positions in the Free National Movement, because no one was a gatekeeper enough to recognize that the country needs people who are progressive in their thinking, committed to these particular things, understanding constitutional requirements and understanding what needs to happen going forward. They have committed, gravitated, and affixed themselves to jackasses. Let's be decent and not cuss. That's what Hubert Minnis do. Hubert Minnis find the bottom of the barrel in strategic position. I'm not talking about leadership. I'm not talking about Michael Pintard. I'm not talking about Dwayne Sands, because that wasn't Hubert Minnis' choice. That was a negotiated position. If it was Hubert Minnis, Dwayne Sands would have been long gone with Loretto, before Loretto. Because Dwayne Sands and Loretto, they swore a blood oath. You forget that, eh? You forget that, eh? Dwayne was the deputy for Loretto. You forget this, eh? The negotiated position was to be able to give the fella an opportunity. And he got it. I'm not talking about Dwayne Sands. I'm not talking about these things. I'm not talking about Shannon Cartwright. These people are the trifecta of leadership in the organization. I'm talking about the council. I'm talking about strategic members in the council who would ascend to a particular position within the council that had a voting right and had a voice. You gave these people a voice. Jackasses, you gave a goddamn voice. I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to curse. Y'all, please forgive me. Y'all, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. This is who you put in the council. One issue after another. Over the past 5 years, 6 years, 7 years in the organization, however the hell long it was. One issue after another, simply because of a posture that says, I need people committed to me. And destroyed the Free National Movement. The potential of the Free National Movement, simply because of this perceived diversification. This generic democracy. This is manufactured democracy. You design these particular things. And in the midst of the design, you put this together and then you present it. And you say that these are my people. And because of the power and the authority that you hold, you could be able to say, don't touch these people. These are my people. The organization rejected you. Hubert Minnis. The organization rejected you. Now we're left with looking at people who never run a CYM, a Christian Youth Movement. They never run a damn, they never was in the Kiwanis Kids Club. They was never in Rotary Club. They don't even have the aspirations to fix their speech pattern and go to where the people is who's talk. Damn. They don't even have aspirations to do these particular things. But this is who you choose. They don't go to Toastmasters. That's what it is, Toastmasters. They don't go to Rotary. They don't go to Kiwanis. They never gone to JA. They never was a part of their kids club. They never was a part of the PTA. They never, what the hell is this? I just want to be decent as I say this. What the hell is this? These people cannot show us a record of what they would have done. They cannot show us a record of anything that was done. All they did was, yes, sir, boss, sir. My grandmother said something to me. She said, baby, and I can talk to her like this because we're on the internet. Now, when I get on the radio, we can talk like this. Okay? We can talk like this. We're on the internet. My grandmother, Merlin Smith, she said, baby, I've always been kind of a stubborn person. I've always been this stubborn. I have a dream. I always had a dream from I was a child, and nobody could never tell me how to do what I envisioned that I should do. No one. Right now, no one. We can fight. If you ever tell me make modifications to what I know God has shown me, we can fight. And no. We can fight. I have an issue with it. And so I've always been this kind of a stubborn person when I was young, and growing and developing and maturing and understanding my strengths and understanding my weaknesses and understanding my responsibility. I had some challenges. And my grandma would try to be able to give me some insight. And in the midst of being able to give me this, oh Jesus, who this is? When I see private on my phone, I just have to answer. Because the last time I hear private on my phone. Grant? Yes, ma'am. I can come to y'all today. I'm on air. I'm so sorry. I can come to y'all today. Okay. Yes, ma'am. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I owe people money. Praise God. So my grandmother, right? My grandmother, she would say to me in my stubborn posture, she said, baby, you got to relax sometimes, you know. I said, relax for what, Grandma? She said, yeah, but baby, listen, you got to kiss ass before you can kick it. Is what my grandma would say. You got to be able to kiss some ass before you can kick it. I said, but Grandma, what kind of life we live in? I said, everywhere I see in my family, around the country, with black people, with Negroes, lips thick like Snicker bars, with veins protruding in it from relentless kissing. And feet where they never get used, that are webbed. That Jesus Christ got to come by and say, will thou be made whole? Will you be made whole? You got to ask your feet because you ain't never used that. You never kicked nothing yet. All you know how to do is kiss it. So when some generation come to start to kick it, you have a problem because this is unfamiliar. We've always kissed behind. This is what we do. These people in the organization have never done anything. These people that you've given opportunities to, nominations to, these concepts and ideas, these people that relentlessly kiss your behind has nothing to offer. Not in this country. You got nothing to offer us in this country, sir, ma'am, nothing. Other than your relentless proximity. And all you have, for the most part, a great deal of you, and I care not to call people names, is just proximity to your party. You don't even do nothing in your own party. I was all about calling certain people campaign generals, and they were good on their ground game and this and that. When I find out, wait. When I find out the aftermath of a defeat, And people didn't have runners. They didn't have this. They didn't have that. They didn't know how to do these things. And then you say you defeated because of what? Because you don't know your own ground game. You don't know your own ground game. You've been here all this time. You don't know how to do politics yet in this country. You don't know how to be able to touch people and identify these things. You don't know how to be able to go through your own things. You don't know. You want to be a politician. You don't know how to do none of these things, but I've been here a long time. I say you've been here and you did nothing. All this time, you did nothing. And somebody's supposed to give you a chance. Somebody supposed to give you a chance, Jesus. I don't understand this, Lord. I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm just trying to figure it out. A lot of this. You know, there is a saying, some people say this about Hubert Ingram. He said, Ingram told them, and I don't know if Ingram said this, but I would say this to you. Ingram told them, I am going to leave the F&M like I met it. Or worse than I met it, one or the other. Without being able to articulate words, without being able to say that Minnis has the same posture or belief, I could say to you that Minnis has left the Free National Movement in a worse position than Hubert Ingram. And I can't blame him for that. He only could deal with what was before him. I'm not angry with him. I'm not saying anything is wrong. I'm saying to you, if we look at the long-term effects, yesterday we started to talk about Ozempic. Yesterday we started to talk about this sort of an idea of the initial first generation of Ozempic and people taking Ozempic. And after 12 months, you could go look it up. After 12 months, those persons in the first generation for Ozempic, 12 months continuous, all of them, 100% of those particular persons develop some form of cancer. Okay? 12 months of taking Ozempic. This is the first generation Ozempic. Now, they made modifications to it. And then, they've actually been able to modify it and take out certain elements. But the first generation Ozempic, whilst it did its job, what it was supposed to do in terms of being able to regulate blood sugar, so forth and so on, what happened is that a lot of those persons, after 12-month usage, the first generation, they developed some form of cancer. Right? I couldn't tell you if it was like a big thing or a small thing. Nonetheless, it was some form of cancer was developed in them. I couldn't tell you the effects of what Hubert Minnis would have done the day he left, or what if Hubert Ingram would have done in terms of the bitterness that he would have left in the mouths and the hearts of a great deal of persons who he did not afford an opportunity to. I couldn't tell you. But I only could tell you that Grammy would say is time longer than rope. Amen? And in the effect that time being longer than rope, you know that there is something afoot. And just like the Ozempic, it may have been looking good at the forefront for Minnis with victory. It may have been looking good at the forefront with Hubert Ingram, with being able to see those 3 victories that he enjoyed and enjoyed. But the F&M is bigger than any one man. I listened to somebody on a podcast the other day. A fella say, boy, you know something? This guy, wife, I was listening to something. They was laughing at it, right? I can't remember what this was. I just swing through my phone just watching different stuff, right? This wife killed her husband from antifreeze. Over the course of 8 months, she was taking a little bit of antifreeze and putting it in his coffee. A little bit of antifreeze and putting it in his coffee every day. Over 8 months. A little bit of antifreeze and putting it in his coffee every day. Just put a little drip of antifreeze. Eventually, he died from this. Right? And the guy says, man, how bad can you hate someone that you microdose them to death? how bad can you hate someone in this particular state? And the next guy said, well, that ain't a question for me. The question for me is, how did they know antifreeze killed him over 8 months? Did they cut him open? Was he still warm inside? Did they... I laugh, right? I laugh. But I thought about this. I laugh, and I thought about it to myself. I said, it's crazy. Is that despite what happened at the forefront, the long-term effects of leadership that doesn't have a heart for its people, as heart for the organization, would always cause something, because of the spirit of a leader would always travel with those particular persons. That's why transition is important. That's why you have to be able to shift a Saul for a David. David, who's after God's own heart. Saul, who has been engulfed in vanity and wrapped in himself. This sort of a concept, an idea that I've done this egotistical, maniacal concept that I have placed myself in this position. And even from the inception, Samuel told y'all that if y'all get a king, this is what the king would do. He can rape and pillage and this and that and all these things to y'all. It's all right, just give us the king. We can deal with that later. The Free National Movement, an organization that has been around for 50-some years, is now at the verge of rebirth. I believe that they are. They have to reset, a hard reset. I believe that God is good enough. Well, let me fix this. I believe that God is good. And he is so good that if governments are on his shoulder, if he builds governments and they are on his shoulder, if he's responsible for the construction of these particular things, if he hears the cry of his people for making modifications for an opportunity to see the country move forward, I believe that the Free National Movement has to be the proverbial phoenix and die to be reborn. And the death doesn't have to be, because we saw it with the PLP, let's just be very clear. With the wiping out of what happened after Perry Christie, come on, let's be very clear. The PLP had to reevaluate, restructure, revive, restore. They had to do a re. Everything they had to do. They had to do everything over, and some things that they didn't do well at the forefront, they had to take care of it at the background. This has to happen to the Free National Movement. This has to happen. The trifecta of leadership, whilst Michael Pintard is doing everything, and it's going to be a difficult conversation for me to be able to have with Michael Pintard, because I know too much of the organization, I know too much of politics, and I know too much of him as an individual in terms of his potential and capability, what I've heard him articulate over the years, to be able to have this kind of this play conversation with him. Now you can go someplace else and get that, praise God. But I want to talk with you, man. And let's talk what the hell is going on. The trifecta of leadership has difficulty. Former leader who is the emperor of the Free National Movement in a sense, right? He's never shied away from being able to support Dr. Dwayne Sands. The allegations, speculations, conversations that surround Dr. Sands' strategic placement and position as chairman accompany the concept and idea that there was calls that were being made and asking to support Dwayne Sands for a deputy's position and rejecting the idea of Shannon Dawn Cartwright. These were calls, allegations, speculations, conversations. I can't tell you if it happened or didn't happen. I'm telling you that in the mouth of many, there exists truth. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. And in the midst of it all, the former leader support the chairman for leadership, whilst the leader sitting there taking advice, taking this, taking that, and just hoping for the absolute best. And they setting up for the chairman to find a position of leadership. All while trying to screw the deputy chair. the deputy leader. I'm disappointed in the Free National Movement. It makes me sad, and it makes me sick to see you in this position. And I don't know whether or not this is your doing individually. I don't think that there is a grouping that says, let's destroy the Free National Movement. I think that this is as a result of conditioning and the proverbial spirit of leaders who didn't have the best of intentions for you that fell upon you. That you have identified subconsciously as human beings to follow the path of their leadership. And their leadership is never designed to be able to uplift. It was to maintain and it was to present, but it was never been able to uplift and transform. Hubert Ingram was not a transformative leader. He was a leader. He was structured. He was, a totalitarian. He knew what he wanted and he went after that. But there was no transformative leadership in him. This is Howard Grant. I don't think he transformed a great deal of things. He maintained. He may have done better than his predecessors, in many instances. But I can't tell you that. That he's a transformative leader. I can't. I'm disappointed in you. Because you didn't have to deal with the people that you've dealt with the way that you have. You didn't have to. These are people with families. This is a community. This ain't you identify this as a country, but this is only a community, man. This ain't a big country and all this. This is just a small community that is just separated by bodies of water. This is 400,000 people. This is a county. This is a small country. Small. This is a community. And to be able to bring the people that support you to open shame is bananas to me. And then you call it a game. Well, that's just the game of politics. No, you're just an ass. You're just an ass. And the organization that's 70-some years old, that has trial and tribulation, that has indifference, that has all these particular positions, you watch them and you don't learn nothing. You don't learn nothing from these fellas. You don't learn nothing from the PLP. You think you're better than them. You think you're better than them. You think you're better than the PLP. You don't learn a damn thing from them. PLP tell Dominique Bowe, baby, not this time. She gone all around. Well, I think this, and he is horrible, and whatever she say, whatever these bunch of words is she put all over her Facebook page. I couldn't read that. I said, what the hell is this woman doing? What's she into? Next thing you know, I see her hug up with Wayne Monroe hitting the crab. Bang. Bang. She's hitting the crab with Wayne Monroe. Squeeze up in one corner. I said, praise God, she gets straight. You wouldn't even hear me. Praise God, she gets straight. PLP is going to look out for their people. We ain't got to hear all this rowing and all these things like that. This boy in North Abaco, he decided to be able to go and do what he had to do. Who say he can run on independent? Praise God. Run independent, brother. Do what you got to do. Let your emotions carry you away. If that's what you want to do, let your emotions carry you. You know how far emotions is carry you? You'll be on an island by yourself with a ball in your hand, screaming at it, eating coconut like Tom Hanks. Wilson! You out there by yourself, baby. You let emotions bring you to a place of unfamiliarity. Relax yourself. Relax. As much mess as I gone through with the Free National Movement, listen to me. I never gone into the public and say, I'm going to do this and do that and do the next thing. As much mess as Hubert Ingram put my mother through, hurt my heart. That's the woman I love in the community we come from. Insult my mother. Never run on no bunch of stupidness. In fact, I even gone to serve them. I didn't go and serve them to say, oh yeah, I get somebody inside, maybe I can get a little ice pick and stick it. I didn't do all of that. I said, I can serve, and I can serve this organization that my mother loves and my family loves. I will serve this organization, and I will serve it to a way that I can be able to become a part of the leadership team and be able to see the country move the way it should. That's what I, honestly, God, that's my heart. I want to do the right thing. They rejected me. I didn't come out here and cry and cuss out people and this and that. I smiled. And I did what I had to do. Because why? I know God has called me to do something great. I don't have time for these bumps in the road. There's a bump in the road. Okay, praise God. And let's keep moving on. You lie on my name. Okay, praise God. Let's keep moving on. These people lie on my name. The next week, they out here praying and begging and asking Jesus Christ for these things and saying, oh, they didn't lie on my name, you know. They didn't lie on me. See, you don't even realize what's happening to you. It ain't for me to come and tell you. You won't even realize. You come out here, lie on Howard. I ain't say nothing. I read all your comments, everything. Y'all didn't talk with me like a dog. I read all your comments. Less than 7 days later, these people on the internet crying, why you all ain't helping me and I need help and nobody. I ain't say nothing. I say, look at God. Look at Jesus. Because I don't have the time for that. I know I own a mission. And I've committed myself and surrendered myself to the mission. I know I own a mission. I know I own a mission. I ain't got much time. I got to knock out what I got to knock out. And one day I will not be. But my mission will be complete. You ain't got nothing to do with your life. You're trying something to fill your time because you don't have no purpose. You never aligned yourself to be able to seek purpose. All you did is say, oh, I got some skills in this area. Oh, I'm quite skilled in the art of jackassnity. Let me see if I can utilize that to be able to make some money. I'm not going to fight you. I'm just trying to explain to you. I'm looking at the Free National Movement. I'm looking at politics in general. And there are a lot of men and women, maybe would it come all the way from 1990, and the introduction of debauchery, and the introduction of pleasure over purpose, and the introduction of the sort of an idea that you can be who you are, where you are, and still serve. That mindset has not only entered politics, it has entered the church. You have pedophiles. You have homosexuals, you have perverts, you have liars and thieves and these people that do all manner of things knowingly, willingly, with public acknowledgement and understanding, entering into these particular positions. It is time for us to be able to right-size this country. You cannot be so proud and puffed up that you don't see what is right and what is wrong. Politically, there is a great deal going wrong. These people are in place and they've shown us who they are. The first time, and you did not believe them. The second time, and you did not believe them. These people have shown us who they are. And it's time that we believe them. You cannot vote for these people. These people are about their own agenda. We could break down every constituency, but more specifically, we're looking at constituencies where there is fanfare and significant star power. Now, I can't lay the heavy laden and the burden of this conversation solely on the Free National Movement, who superseded their entire process. They've rejected and superseded their entire process to accommodate their perception, their idea, their egotistical view of what these things is. And simultaneously being able to speak to democracy. That cannot be. They've superseded the process of being able to put J. Philippe in by being able to send out a letter prior to him being able to be ratified in this position. Did not go through the proper process. The Free National Movement has continued to do this. They've continued to do this. You haven't learned. You haven't learned from the PLP. Even if they go through a ceremonial process, the PLP takes them through that channel. They must. They must. The PLP there still exists power and authority within the council of the PLP. Unless Clint Watson would have gotten the nomination a long time. Can I say something to you? I can't even get away, man, Jesus. Clint had it. Clint did everything, and he's supposed to have it. And the council, stalwart council members and other persons who would have come to me and says, Clint didn't do nothing in the party yet, Howard. There are people who've been waiting for years and serving for years that should be afforded an opportunity. I say, yeah, but Clint he got star power. Clint got recognized, face recognition. He got likability. He got this, he got that. He got these qualities. Why y'all consider that? Yeah, Howard, he may have all of those things. But there's an internal process, and we must afford opportunity for these particular people. I said, wow. Not in the F&M. They don't give a hell who was in Garden Hills. This is Rick Fox. Let him give you a signature, and you'll be good. You'll be all right. He can give you a little signature. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Sign the basketball right there for him. Give him that. Put that one glass in your house. It can be worth something later on. Later on, you try and sell that. You go to the pawn shop. Hey, Rick Fox signed this ball. I can get somebody for this. Now, was this Rick Fox pre-Vanessa Williams or post-Vanessa? This post-Vanessa. Oh, well, you could keep that. Play basketball with it. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. You can fight me. It's the truth. Don't fight me. It's the truth. It's the truth. All right, well, listen to me. This is my country. I love this place. I ain't got no place to go. I can't run no place else. Well, I guess an invitation to go to Turks and Caicos, but what the hell I going there for? I might go to Port-au-Prince if I get in there. Shoot straight. Let's shoot straight and have a good conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for being able to tune in with us today in Jam. Really being able to have a good conversation with you. I'm enjoying it. I am definitely enjoying it. I want to take our first commercial break. We can take a break for a couple minutes, and we're going to be right back after this. Now, remember, I keep telling you about this kind of a concept about our good friend Demetrius Smith. Okay, so if you can help him out, you'll be able to find the information right there. I'd love you to be able to help him out. Quick break, guys. Going to be right back after this.
Taking Bahamian music to the world. This DJ Sampler. Hit that subscribe button like a goat skin drum.
Hello, Ricky, it's Johnny Gate. It's Johnny Gate, man. Listen, don't be there trying to keep us locked down. They want us go inside the kill man, so good break and straight man, that's sweet music. You know why they go there. You know why they go there, it's kill man. Watch this. When the music plays, I'm the first one to dance. Sexy gal gon' whine on me while my rum in my hand. Reggae spread so sweet, don't think you understand. I go in to mash up the place every time I go by the farm. I always get catch, drinking till I lose and I wet. Nobody gon' watch me if I kill bad and I sweat. On your mark and set, drunk but I ain't missing a step. Man, if you ain't feel the vibe, then stay over there by yourself. When Reagan's great returns, I can dance, I can sing, I can wave my flag. When Reagan's great returns, I can drink all the rum, I can kill bad. When Reagan's great returns, I can dance, I can sing, I can wave my flag. When Reagan's great returns, I can drink all the rum, I can kill bad. Get him, Ricky! Just give me the Reagan's great. Beat that drum and scrape that ray. I get scrapped inside Long Bay. I like to fish with Johnny Cake. Just give me the Reagan's great. Beat that drum and scrape that ray. I get scrapped inside Long Bay. I like to fish with Johnny Cake. Just give me the Reagan's great. Beat that drum and scrape that ray. I get scrapped inside Long Bay. I like to fish with Johnny Cake. When the music plays, I'm the first one to dance.
Yo, bust it, bass sample. Bust it. My lord.
Reggae step so sweet, don't think you understand. Man, wanging on woman, woman, wanging back on a man. I always get catch, drinking till I lose
Bust it, bass sampler. Bust it. Mothers. Bass sampler, bust it, mothers.
It's 3 a.m. and I'm waiting for the sun. Lost track of the days, man, look at it, ain't no fun. Cell phone in my left hand, TV on my right. My mouth acts too dry 'cause there ain't no rum inside. Longing for the days when I was wild and free. Out to everything was lit, not a care or worry. Now it's like I've joined the clan of HMP, but I ain't commit no crime, so please set me free. Lose me, let me go. I don't want to be inside no more. Lose me, let me go. This is killing me, that's for sure. So let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Lose me, let me go. I don't want to be inside no more. Lose me, let me go. This is killing me, that's for sure, yeah.
Mothers.
They say we on lockdown? When we went to that? I'm tired, yeah. Life inside ain't as easy as it seems. Sit back, let me think. I'm working like a slave while he sits up like a king. Can I help you? You sit and rest. Come here, babe, let me feel upon the rest. Mine is a nightmare, this ain't the life for me. I ain't commit no crime, so please just set me free. Lose me, let me go. I don't want to be inside no more. Lose me, let me go.
Yo, bust it, bass sampler. Bust it, mothers.
His name was Arthur, he was my papa. He loved to whistle, boy he was good. Plowing the field or catching fish, you could hear papa whistling like this. Oh, whistle papa, you whistle so sweet. Hey. He was a Cat Island man, a gentleman. He said to be kind to all mankind. A choir master in Ebenezer, in Dumfries at
beautiful. Even blind can see. Hey, yeah, yeah. And I'm dancing with an angel, and it feels so heavenly. Oh yeah, the way you move your body with grace, swinging that bongi all over the place with a bow. Stir to the board side.
Bust it, bass sampler. Bust it. Mother.
My waist, we proceeded to shake the bow. Stir to the board side. Stop. Can't let the music turn you on. I wanna dance with you all night long. Angel in the party. Eh, 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 eh. Angel in the party. Eh, 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 eh. Come on, girl. I say just like that. Want you to push it back. Wind it up on me. Come on, girl. I say just like that. Want you to push it back. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo! Baby, come and push that thing on me. Let your perfume linger on me. I want you to feel my heartbeat. I understand my heart when it speaks. Please don't wipe that sweat from your face. It makes no sense if it have to be placed. Let's turn the heat up in this place. This is the music jamboree. Chica and a small rosa, señorita, squeeze me tighter. Let's make like sangria and wine, wine, wine salada. Chica and a small rosa, señorita, squeeze me tighter. Let's make like sangria and wine, wine, wine salada. Party. Angel in a party. Everybody dancing.
Mama said, before you put on that crown, you got to carry your cross, yeah. They see you celebrating some win, but they don't see those heartbreaking loss, yeah. They don't know. Health and strength to the Lord I pray. Direct my path and protect.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The foundation with you, jamming on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday afternoon out here, just being able to talk the way that we are. Guys, go check me out on Facebook. I think I got my next camera up. I'm not sure if it's live. And like and share. Make sure you like and share. Other persons could be able to see exactly what I'd like to be able to kind of have that conversation with you and talk about where we are. And really talk about growth and development in the country and see exactly where we are. I'm not going to fight you. Let me see. It didn't look like it up. It's saying that we're there. But it didn't look like we're up. Let me see. Let me see. Don't mind me just tinkering with these stuff to talk about this. Oh, God. I should actually put this up on the TV. Eight minutes and 56 seconds ago, we could be able to see in the PLP's headquarters that there is supposed to be someone defecting from the Free National Movement today and joining the PLP. Interesting. Truly interesting. We're living in interesting times. And I'm interested to know, and I already have an idea who it is, but I'm interested to know who these people are. Hold on. Let me see. Press conference the 10th of February 2026. Fred Mitchell, PLP. This is giving me some shoddy stuff, man. This broadcast is horrible. Hold on. Is this Carol Shepard? It looks like her. Hold on. Hold on, let me see. Karen Shepard. Is that Karen Shepard? I think it's Karen Shepard. I can't see good on this phone. Hold on now. Hold on. Don't fight me. Let me see exactly who's what. Press conference. It looks like Karen Shepard. I think it's Karen Shepard. I think it's Karen Shepard. Everyone told me that it was going to be somebody else. I care not to release that information, obviously, because it's not that person. But everyone would have indicated to me that FNM members set to return to PRP in a party switch. This is what's happening. Yeah. Free National Movement did it. People bad this go round. Let's just see if they can be able to kind of revive, restore, and find themselves back in a position of growth and development. I'm hoping that you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. I don't know if you could see me on Facebook. My God, I don't know what happened. I put all these things in this brand new camera to put some stuff in there, and this didn't happen. I don't know what's happening. So anyway, I can look it up. And see exactly what's up. I can see exactly what happened. All right. Oh, Jesus, it on. How did that happen? It on. Let me see if we can hear it. Oh, no, you can't hear. Oh, my God, why you can't hear? Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Man, all right, I can try to be able to fix that up. Oh Lord, you can't hear me. I can get a device to fix that. Oh, wow. Okay, we can be jamming. All right. So, guys, that's going to be the end of the show today. I want to thank you so very kindly for being able to tune in with us. I got a shout out to Nicole Martin in a particular capacity. And Nicole Martin has started to say some stuff that she doesn't take herself as a token. And she's identified these particular things. She's grateful for the honor, and she believes that the Free National Movement has recognized what they want and what they need for this particular time. I thought it was a little bit too early for that. It seems as though there was a sense of animosity between the two women. It was too much. She was sworn in as a senator, and I think she'd be a senator shorter than Rodney Monker, because I believe that we're going to a general election real soon, right? But nonetheless, she's got the prestige, she's got the position, she's got the identification from the country standpoint, and congratulations to her. Davis says that the country can't return to confusion. Okay, you can trust me, right? Remember, this is a matter of trust. I started off by telling you I don't like what guys. Go and get ready to register to vote. Go get registered to vote. Get registered to vote. Get registered to vote. Register to vote. Register to vote. Register to vote. You gotta get registered to vote. You gotta get registered to vote. You got to get registered to vote. Find yourself in the position, you get yourself registered to vote. You gotta get registered to vote. You got to do what you got to do. All right. And make those things happen, right? The biometric voter cards will be ready by month's end. This is what they say. So I guess by month's end, they should be able to call the general election. San says the new hospital is a dumb idea. I thought it was unparliamentary language to be articulated and described in the newspaper to talk about a prospect and a concept and an idea that you've been talking about, which I think doesn't make any sense. For what it takes to be able to revive, restore, and regain the trust of those persons in Princess Margaret Hospital, you can be able to diversify your position and identify other locations to be able to build on. You got to. You got to. You got to. You got to. But, that's neither here nor there. And we could be able to talk about those things. Trust. The Davis administration, we will solve the problems with you. I listened to Renika. She's always, vivacious and exuberant. And a few octaves too high. Can I say this? And I thought with age she would have been able to keep some level of enthusiasm, but not necessarily hitting those notes that she used to. She's still hitting them. She's still hitting them. Praise God. I'm not going to fight her, right? Congratulations to her. Congratulations to Robin Lyons. I think she's going to do well in the constituency, and I think that this is why we see Minnis on a press tour. Can I say that? Is it okay? I think this is why you see Minnis on a press tour. Michael had never had him on a press tour. He was laughing and playing and on the playground in Goodman Bay. But now he dress up and he's trying to be able to hit you with the theatrics of what's happening and the constituency and being able to have those conversations and continue to be able to justify his way out of a position looking for the support that he wants. I don't know. Minnis, you're going to have a difficult time. Robin Lyons going to be on you. All right. I don't know whether or not even Michael is in this conversation now. She's in the conversation because the amount of persons that exist in the constituency, first and foremost, coupled with the fact that the constituency has so many persons, Michael still will get a plate. Coupled with the fact that this is the Free National Movement constituency from a historic standpoint, they have voted for the Free National Movement, I want to say over the past 3 election cycles, at least 3-4 election cycles, and being able to identify that. So those persons may give good consideration to the Free National Movement and give Michael Barnett, daughter, an opportunity, Michael Ellis, in her particular capacity, right? But outside of that, there's not a lot of buzz around her name. There's not a lot of persons coming to the forefront and saying, "Oh, Michael! Oh my God!" Right? We're gonna find it. We're gonna find it, and we're gonna be able to make sense with it. Like I said, congratulations to all those persons who ratified and had an opportunity to be able to articulate their vision, their desire for the constituencies, to be able to talk about those things. That is always a wonderful thing. Tonight I should be sitting down with Michael Halkitis. I should be sitting down with Michael Halkitis this evening. I should be. Last night was supposed to be Shane Gibson, right? Shane called me, tell me he wasn't able to make it. So we had a good conversation with Adrian Francis. And tonight it should be Michael Halkitis. But last night, it was the sort of this ratification. The PLP had the ratification, and it would have been a sort of a difficult thing. So I didn't fight him, nonetheless, right? So we're going to be able to have a good conversation and kind of dive into it today. So I'm just looking forward to being able to do that and looking forward to make some things happen in those particular areas, nonetheless, all right? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about those particular things and make some stuff happen. All right. Now, like I said, I got to fix the audio on this thing. I can fix that today. I can go fix this today. It's a little something I got, right? So if you guys see me on Facebook, but you ain't hearing no sound, I'm going to fix that. Okay. All right. I want to thank you so much, man. Thank you for being able to tune in with us today. Tomorrow we can dive deeper into it and talk about these particular things. I should have tomorrow. Garth is going to be sitting with me on the Rundown. Tonight on the Rundown, you should be able to see Michael Halkitis sitting with me tonight. And on Friday, I have a special guest that's supposed to be coming with me on Friday. Okay? All right. So you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. And I thank you so much for being able to tune in with us. We're going to see you again here next time, right on The Foundation.
I have a dream where the powerful and the powerless will sit at the same table, where the haves will see the have-nots, not as burdens, but as brothers, where class will not divide us, but conviction will unite us. I have a dream that the oligarchs will remember we must all eat, that the brown-faced neo-colonialists will remember who they are and whose they are. I have a dream that fraternities will build beyond internal architecture into a national bond, that the walls of design will give way to the bridges of brotherhood, not a fraternity of symbol, but a brotherhood of substance. I have a dream that we remain focused, that we stay in our conviction and remain fearless, that we double down, fortified, to return this Bahama land to the foundation.